Fashion's one way to get your Monday going. This time around, a meat-free Monday in our Feel Good Espresso kitchen. Michael Oliver, it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Eggs, omelets.
Omelets.
I'm scared.
Oh, don't be.
No, I'm terrified.
Easy peasy.
Really?
Yeah, very easy.
Okay, make me one. How do I do this?
Right, well, what we do is we've got 3 eggs there. These are the Pick and Pay all-grain eggs. And some salt. I like using the flaky salt.
So you season it in the actual... Okay.
Season it there, yeah. And then just whisk it up together.
So
now,
3
some
eggs,
people like to add water or milk to an omelette. I don't. I just like it absolutely plain because I find that sometimes that liquid just weeps out when you've
made the
omelets.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is my little omelette pan from home. It's a non-stick pan.
I like how small it is.
Yeah.
Can you turn something in there?
Yeah, you can, absolutely. Okay. Yeah. And so here we've got some butter.
How much butter do you put in that little
Enough. And what I like to do is I don't like to get the heat too high because then it tends to go too brown on the outside before your top is properly cooked.
Is it similar making pancakes? I mean...
not unlike making pancakes.
Okay. All right, so...
And we're actually going to for our other dish this morning, we're going to make some very, very thin, almost pancake-like omelettes, which we're going to use as wraps.
Michael's referring to, we're going to make these pancakes first, and then later on we're making an actual dish with it where we're going to fold and literally create a beautiful recipe. This time around, I'm going to start really easy. I'm going to make the actual pancake first.
Absolutely.
So 3 eggs, you salt it, you reckon no milk?
I don't like adding milk to it. So here we've got the butter in the pan, and you can see it's foaming up around the edges.
Could you say that's sizzling?
That's sizzling.
Okay. In the egg goes...
In goes the egg, and almost immediately it starts cooking around the edges.
This is a good breakfast, man.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then all you do is you just pull the outside parts into the center, the cooked parts into the center.
Yeah.
And the uncooked part just runs to the outside again.
Okay.
See?
All right, I see how you're doing it.
You just pull it in, tilt the pan, and then the uncooked part. Now, when we get to the stage of the omelette being virtually cooked, I like to leave it slightly uncooked. The French term for that is baveuse, soft in the middle. And you find that the omelette then, as you take it to the table, just finishes cooking.
So it actually cooks itself because it's so
warm? Yeah, you can, if you want to, you can pop it into the oven.
Okay.
I just want to cook it a little bit more.
It looks like there's too much egg for this little pan.
It does, but there's not.
Okay.
Be happy there's not, yeah.
So this is enough. Okay, well, we're going to use our pancakes soon and create a beautiful, beautiful dish that you can also get in your Pick and Pay Fresh Living magazine. But there we have our completed omelette, and as Michael said, you're sneaky. Did you just turn that around?
Yep.
It's really easy when you do it out of the pan.
It is very easy when you do it out of the pan.
Okay, well, we'll be back after the break.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Espresso on SABC3. We're cooking meat-free Mondays. And of course, eggs. We made a beautiful omelette. Michael did it before the break. And now, this time around, we're incorporating our omelettes and making a beautiful recipe. What are we making?
Yep. We are making a Japanese omelette, nice, thin, sort of almost wrappy type of omelette.
Which means it's fancy. So you can make fancy omelettes at home. Of course, we'll give you the details of this recipe as well. But what goes into that pan first?
We're going to put in ginger and garlic.
Right. And I have to say, how much? And you're going to say enough?
Enough, yep. About a teaspoonish of each.
Do I stir anything?
No, I think we can just let it lie there for a moment.
How much oils do you put in there?
A glug.
Also, Southern Afrikaans say a soapie.
A soapie. Yeah, that's about a sort of a tablespoonish of oil.
Okay.
So we just cook the ginger and the garlic up a bit.
How do you know it's not going to go bitter?
Well, the temperature's not that high,
right.
And you can see it's just sort of cooking gently. If it starts going too brown, then obviously it is going to go bitter.
Yeah, it happened to me last week with my curry. But anyway, that's for another day.
Yeah, these things happen. So now I'm going to turn the heat up.
Yeah.
And I'm going to put in
some cabbage.
the cabbage.
How long do you cook this for?
This is very quick stuff. Okay. You just really want to wilt the cabbage.
Because we probably want to keep them crunchy in our little wraps.
You do? You do, absolutely. And there we've got our carrots. And then here we have shiitake mushrooms.
I was going to ask you, do you use a particular mushroom?
These are Japanese mushrooms called shiitake.
Okay.
And they grow on
trees.
Decaying, yeah, absolutely. They do grow on trees. They grow on decaying wood.
Okay. But you could probably use any other mushroom, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And those little portobello mushrooms are rather nice.
It smells divine, I have to tell you. The keyword for today, excuse me, Michael, the keyword for today is fresh. Fresh is 33728. And you'll get a link to the recipe. And also, you'll be entered into the competition for our Pick and Pay Fresh Living magazine. So the actual recipe is in the Fresh Living magazine. So you have to SMS fresh to 33728. Excuse me, what were you saying?
Now we've got our mushrooms going there,
right.
The cabbage, and I'm going to add some soy sauce.
All right, some soy sauce in there.
And some sesame oil. This is roasted sesame oil. Can you smell that?
Yeah,
Isn't it incredible?
It does.
Right, so that's sort of about done.
Okay, so what do we do next?
What we do next is
we turn down our pan.
We turn that off, and here we've got some of our lovely wraps. You can see how thin they are.
So this is an actual omelette, though.
It's an omelette, but it's just very, very thin.
But look how thin these is. I'm going to pick them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And look how
lacy.
Look how thin he's made them. So they like a pancake. I guess you could use a pancake as well.
Absolutely.
All right. How do we fold them?
Now, what we're going to do quickly is we're going to make the dipping sauce.
Okay.
Which is
you have to go fast.
Rice wine, soy sauce, sesame oil.
That looks great.
Sugar.
Sugar.
Yeah, always a bit of sugar.
To make a nice...
Chili.
Oh, my favourite.
And then we just give that a stir.
All right.
And just to dissolve the sugar, and we'll...
It smells like the sauce that you would use with duck pancakes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So here we go. And we've got some of our nice fried veggies here.
Looks amazing.
And we'll pop some bean sprouts onto that. Nice, crispy, crunchy bean sprouts.
What are these?
Spring onion.
Spring onion.
A couple of slices of cucumber.
They're really small cucumbers.
These are, absolutely.
To fit into our beautiful wrap.
And then just roll it over.
Michael, that looks amazing.
Pop it on the plate. And then maybe just garnish it with a couple of the other bits. Put some of the spring onion on.
I'll do that.
There you go. And there's there it is. Absolutely.
Our keyword for today is fresh to 33728. But it's really beautiful. I want you to see how we actually got to this point on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Take a look.
Beat eggs, water, and salt. Cook thin layers of egg in a hot pan to make thin egg pancakes. Fry garlic and ginger, then add cabbage, carrot, and mushrooms. Stir in soy sauce and sesame oil. Mix together rice wine, soy sauce, sugar, sesame oil, chili, and seasoning. Spoon filling into egg wrap, then top with sprouts, cucumber, and spring onion. Roll up and serve with the dip.
And our keyword is fresh to 33728. And you get a link to the recipe. Of course, the ingredients list and how to make it is in our Fresh Living magazine. You can buy it or you can enter by SMSing the word fresh to 33728 and you automatically go into a draw for the Pick and Pay Fresh Living magazine. Of course, a 6-month subscription could be yours. Michael, thanks so much for making pancakes,
pleasure.
Which means I have breakfast. Over to Katlego.
We found goodness in Goed Gedacht olive oil and all the good they do for the community. Pick and Pay, always there for you.